Do you live in a hot climate and struggle to grow tomatoes? In this video, we're going to show you tips and techniques of how to grow tomatoes in very hot climates. Number 1, choosing the right varieties. Tomatoes that were developed by the University of Florida are actually very good choices for being able to grow in a hot, humid climate. Varieties like Neptune, Tropic, Mount Lucy, Florida 91, Phoenix, Solar Set, Solar Fire. Another choice for growing tomatoes is to choose early maturing varieties. These varieties could include varieties like Early Girl, Stoffi's Choice, Oregon Spring. Normally your determinate varieties are more of your early ripening varieties. One of the techniques is start early. Pick early ripening varieties. Look at growing cherry tomatoes. Cherry tomatoes are actually very resilient against the heat versus their bigger beefsteak type counterparts. Cherry tomatoes ripen very fast. They are very delicious, and they actually have a higher sugar count than what you get in your bigger type of tomatoes too. Tomatoes cannot move to cooler places like we can, so we have to provide the tomatoes a way to help relieve their stress. Here's a few techniques that we can do that with. Try to time your plantings, so by the time it comes time to harvest, you will already have tomatoes to get you through the heat of summer, and when it comes to fall, you can have another set of tomatoes ready to go on the ground, so that way you can have a late fall harvest of tomatoes. You don't want your tomato plants to be in direct sunlight in the afternoon. That is when it's hottest. You want to try to get those tomato plants some shade to help them relieve that heat stress. Tomato plants cannot tolerate a lot of bright light. High light conditions is very detrimental to a tomato plant, as well as low light conditions. Pest and disease management. I'm serious, this is very vital if you want to make sure that your plants can get through the hottest parts of summer. One thing about pests, if they see a diseased or a sick plant, that's what they're going to go after. They're not going to attack the healthy plants. They want the diseased ones, so they can wipe those out and make room for the healthier plants. Something that's diseased and weak is easier to attack than something that is healthy. You want to prune your tomato plant. What I mean of that, if you look at a tomato plant and you see how it grows up like a vine, if you look between the stems, there's a sucker that grows out of it. Those suckers you want to pluck out, because you want to have as much air circulation that can flow through those leaves of those plants. Make sure that you are watering and irrigating your tomato plants reasonably. You don't want to be watering your plants during the heat of the day. You want to try to water them early in the morning and try to water them more towards in the evening, so that way you can give time for that water to just soak into the soil and let that plant get a good drink of water. I'm John Jr. This is John B. Hydroponics and Tomatoes. Have a blessed day. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.